Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Canucks with Guitars, prevented by? No.
Prevented by Trojans.
It's the opposite of preventing. It's presenting. It's allowing. That would be LPD Pedals, maker of custom pedals and fine merch. Only available at lpdpedals.com. If you see LPD merch anywhere else, it ain't real. Oh, look at Trev here.
Awesome.
There is cake.
There is cake.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Who else do we have for sponsors? I got thrown off here. I got to wait for the ticker to go by. I forget where I was. I only mentioned one. Who's second? Reno Fin Custom Guitars. Travis builds awesome guitars. Tesi Switch, who's a lot more than just switches and switches, Terry. He sells them both. Use coupon code Canucks and save 15% on your next switch. FU Tone, quality parts. PTM Guitars. And, of course, our preferred retailers in the whole wide world, Flipside Music. Just saying.
Right.
I think you're still trying to recover from last night's stream.
I think so. Speaking of which, why don't I pick up where I left off? Might as well have one. We do have a birthday thing that I opened that I'm going to reopen here on air. I suppose we could do roll call. Terry, do you want to do roll call? While I eat a gummy?
I can do it.
Really, but...
I'm happy to do it. I got
Okay,
the participants.
Trevor.
Bam. Of course, we've got Ben Coombs, the birthday boy. Charles, 75N. Dennis Ellis. Ferd Burfel. Guitar Man, 45. Hip Metalworks. House of Twang. Joe Harvey, 84. Don't eat a gummy before you have to read stuff. JP
Right.
Page 2. LRM Guitars. Mark Taft. Max Josephson, Michael B. Live, Michael Kraus, Music Therapy Laz, OU812, cheers Ryan, Randy Crooks, Richard, I'm just going to say Richard N. Ryan Hall, myself, Terry, and Tim Thomas, and at the end of the bus, Zach Long.
Jeff K, what's up, buddy? Music Therapy.
If you would like 56 seconds to pass by the chew more, you can play the link that I posted.
Sorry, what?
I said if you'd like about another minute to chew things, you could play the link I posted in private.
Excessive saliva from these gummies. I was realizing that last night. I was trying to talk. I'm like, excuse me while I drool everywhere. This is in Hungaro bucks, I'm sure. Bulldogs Svezvosovas pot. Testivium Ben.
I'm betting that's a happy birthday in Hungarian. I'm just going to go out on a limb and figure that's what that is.
I think so.
Cheers, Ryan Hall. Cheers, Black
I'm very appreciative, Laz. Thank you very much, my friend. Mark Taft in the house. Apparently, John Shane.
Brother John.
T. Ricky.
Oh, happy birthday to my daughters.
Yes, Bo's daughter turned 22 today.
There you go. And the Hoss. Simon showed up. Good to see you, Simon.
Seth over at Presley, California Customs. He's got a bag of gummies himself. Excellent.
Well, that's a pretty good place to be.
Randy Crooks. Another expert on bags of substances. Bags of lifestyle choices. Let's go with that.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yes, and thank you everyone that's wished me a happy birthday last night, today, on various social media platforms and such, and in the chat. That's great. Thank you very much.
Well, you know what? Since it's Ben's birthday,
for
you, Ben, as well as the video.
Wait, all right. Well, let's see. I got to open this video. Let's see if I open that there. All right. Easy. Now I'm going to get copyrighted here, Terry?
Nope.
Okay. Just checking. So, first thing we do is give it a thumbs up. And now, let's see now how present. That's it. We're going to use all the bandwidth here.
Oh, I guess I could have played it. Sorry, man.
You could have, actually. You can. I'll let you do it, because apparently I just clicked on the pop-out chat. We're not sharing the chat.
No, I'll get it here.
I'll just cancel. It says, When sharing was canceled, make sure to click share on the model, not cancel. No, I meant to click cancel. StreamYard.
Unmute that. We're going to present now. Share the screen.
All right. Pearls of Wisdom. Looks like the Pearl Drums logo, too. Nice. That's no copyright. All right. So this is apparently Ben's B-Day. From Terry. Terry, release the copyright thing, okay? When it comes up later, since I realize you uploaded it and I just broadcast it. Although we have it off to the side, so does that count as a reaction? Thank you very much, my friend. I love it. I personally love the Terry. Overdriven mic ever so slightly because it was just enough of a bluesy edge to it. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound right, but I love it.
Hey, I've been trying to practice to sing, and I haven't really released much, so.
There we go. Singing was on key. It's fine.
Michael Krause. I'm a little frightened by having to check Ben out.
I will say, Michael Krause is good for at least a couple one-liners on any given chat. I appreciate you, Michael, for that.
Thanks.
Especially, and he will pick up the slack, especially if BC Rich 581 isn't in here to burn me. I'm just saying. Yes, a very relaxing day here around the homestead. A couple cups of tea in the morning. The cat and I hung out, watched the truck race from North Wilkesboro. First time they were racing there since 1996. So I thoroughly enjoyed it because that was always one of my favorite tracks. And I'm just watching the race. I'm like, they got to bring this back every year. I haven't seen the cup cars on it yet. We'll see how that works out. That's the plan after the show tonight or tomorrow. Don't know. No, got to shoot videos tomorrow. That's right. Got to schedule again. Under the Bus Network in the house.
Cheers. I'm going to assume it's Kurt. Kurt. Had an absolute blast hanging out with those fellas on Saturday night.
I saw the chaos the following morning.
Yeah, well, good clean fun. Good clean fun.
So, Randy says, hey, everyone, I'll be in and out, just got off work. That tells me he just got off work, and now he's got to do some lifestyle choices, so he's going to kind of be in and out the rest of the night.
Fair enough.
It is Kurt.
Cute.
Excuse me. Yeah, I forget yeah. Well, then again, I wasn't feeling much pain Saturday night, come to think of it, after Steve from Boston, but before Under the Bus Network, Trev and John and Charles and I hung out a bit offline, and I was doing some experimenting prior to the birthday show just to see how things worked out.
Awesome.
Richard asks, how's Dad today? Dad is worn out now. Oof to me. There we go. Had to remember. After Amanda and Scott and the girls, Sam and Kenzie, they came over to present me with this wonderful birthday card that was not addressed to me. Yes, they were all going over to visit Dad. And, I got a phone call from Dad.
Your microphone's gone. Whack.
Dad called, hey, what are you up to? I'm like, he always asks, are you at home? Because he's probably thinking, like, he's probably never home now. Now that he can leave the house, he's never home. No, I'm Doug Strong in the house. Good to see cousin Doug. Other cousin Doug. Matt Fowler.
It's my brother, Matt Fowler. He's the drummer that you guys are all been looking for.
Matt Fowler. Not Flower. Man, eyes not working. Fowler. Matt Fowler. Yes. Always looking for a drummer. So, Dad called. The phone call lasted a minute and a half because he said the kids had just left, and I could tell he was kind of worn out. And I was not. But so, we talked a bit, and he was asking how the day was going, and my sister, I had mentioned to her, I had to, she goes, buy whatever food you want, and I said, well, I'm thinking about getting a birthday pizza, and she's like, well, you get whatever you want. Well, on the way to getting a birthday pizza, Trav, it did turn into the Taco Bell, and fella nagged on about $20 worth of Taco Bell to feast upon while watching racing this afternoon into this evening. I have leftovers to heat up later, you see.
Nice.
So, yeah. Lunch and dinner at Taco Bell.
If you need to leave in a hurry, Ben, just raise your hand. And we'll hold the show for you until you can get back.
Well, actually, I got to keep an eye on the light outside because the cat insisted on going outside before the show.
Goodness sakes.
She's like, you guys talk about a bunch of gibberish I'm not interested in. I don't want to hear that again because, she was parked here last night.
Their head up against the heater.
I appreciate that, Joe. And so, before I head to the hospital, because my dad wanted a couple more items, Brad Guitar Miller in the house. I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that a lot, in fact. Thank you. Over here. Do that. There. And so, yes, I got nothing on this side, but we got a heart.
Aww.
That's sweet.
And so we got a card.
Right on.
Which Sam picked up because it says racing. It has racing. It has to do with racing, so Uncle Ben will like it. And
right.
She's right.
Yep.
And so artsy cards. Okay. Made in China. Why am I not surprised? And it says, snailed it. That's all it says. Snailed it.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
We wish you a happy birthday. Hugs and kisses. Love, Scott, Amanda, Mackenzie, and Sam.
Wow. Very sweet.
And included a fin.
Can't complain about that.
I'm never too old to accept a birthday card with a finner in it. I'm just saying.
All right. Well,
See, Brad Guitar Miller, he did that. He's like, here's your finner. So, yes. That goes into the Explorer Fund or the Res Fund. We'll see.
I was going to say, that's a half ounce in today's world.
That's a half ounce in today's marketplace. Yep. So, they were over. Of course, my sister messaged me at noon. She said, we'll be there within the hour. So I'm like, okay, pause things and clean up a little. And hour and a half, 2 hours later, they showed up. Hey, Emily. Hello and thank you. Zims. What's up, Dean? Bought a storage locker full of gear. Sweet.
Oof. That's so
Brad
fun.
Guitar Miller sent you a $5.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently Richard's gummied out front. Shut up, Ben. There's my sister.
No. Okay, now, a lid. A lid. Now, back in the day, wasn't that like an eighth? Was it a lid? A jar would hold about an eighth of weed.
That is a quarter.
Was it a quarter?
Because I know for the grease world, one lid measured at a quarter jar. That's how you measure height, too.
Makes sense.
Thank you, Quinn. Thank you, Pops. Wearing the Magnum PI shirt. Well, we're continuing the birthday thing,
I got to get me some more of those.
I still got one spare. This one's a little tight. I can't quite do this anymore. It really wants to become a sleeveless shirt, is what I'm saying. It really wants to become a sleeveless.
Amanda, good to see you. Doug Strong rolled in, too, if you didn't see him. I think he came in through the kitchen. Good to see you, Doug. Denham, New Jersey.
Yeah, Dan, New Jersey. Max.
Crab and salmon.
Nice.
With ice cream? Not at the same time, though, I hope.
LRM Guitars
Ice cream
versus
cake.
Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's
He's
still expecting that for his birthday.
Hey, there's Scott. Everybody's tuning in tonight.
You know.
Yeah, all stopped over and for a visit, which was nice. My sister, I think, was shocked at how clean the kitchen was. Just saying. Although she didn't go inside, I don't think. Oh, you know, she did go inside. That's right. She grabbed stuff for Dad. Sam did pick the card. Yes, loved the card.
Yes, that was an awesome pick by Sam.
See, she was shocked, Terry. Considering I did the dishes prior to last night's show, unloaded the dishwasher even today. Countertops cleaned, and I don't know what I was thinking, Terry. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. That's why.
Looking for something to do, I guess.
Yeah, well, food was warming up, I think.
Well, that's usually when I'm doing my dishes. In between some cooking, if I'm going to be in the kitchen. What the hell?
Exactly. I'm domestic and junk. Yep. We're baloney in the house. Get hang out with Billy in a couple of weeks.
That's going to be awesome. Have we decided? Are you going to be doing a buffalo hang from the event, or is it going to get rescheduled? And
no, we'll
reschedule
for the following week.
I believe someone was asking earlier. It was Patrick. The next meeting is this Wednesday, Patrick.
This coming Wednesday,
at
yeah,
4
7
o'clock
p.m.
Pacific.
Yeah. Doug's looking at expensive gear again. Sure. Did you see Josh Scott's show today talking about a fretboard event in Chicago? No.
Nope.
No. Oh.
Doug also asked a question.
Thank you, Brad. What's that?
Doug also asked a question.
All right, well, let me scroll back to Doug. Doug Strong. All right. He says you have $2,000 to spend, all right, on a Strat-shaped object. You have the option to buy used, buy new, or put a deposit on an order. What do you do?
I've got an answer for that, just based on the discussion I had with a good friend last night.
Mm-hmm.
Charvel. Right.
I think he wants more of a 3-single setup.
So it didn't say Super Strat, it just said Strat. Well, it did say Strat-shaped object.
Yeah, so that means it doesn't have to say Fender on it, as far as I'm concerned. But it should have 3 singles. I would say I would buy the best
Could also be
used...
a Super Strat.
I'd buy the best used Strat-shaped object I could find for $2,000, which could get you into anything used by Fender, barring a custom shop, and you could kind of go back some ways. You'd be surprised what you can find for a couple $grand.
You could probably find some slightly abused custom shop Fenders for about $2,000.
Oh, you 812 Ryan saying buy a Nash.
If you played the deal right?
I don't know, because they're pushing 6 new, and they're asking 4 used. It seems these days. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. And it's beat up. Yeah, it's a journeyman relic. Fuck, that doesn't affect the price. One of those. Dang custom shops, and you're bashing the hell out of guitars before selling them to us. I'd be. You know what, Terry? I'd get into a nice used American Strat for like $1,400, and then $500 buy yourself a Marshall combo, used.
Yeah,
DSL 20.
Or you can mod it further.
Or you can mod it further. You got $600 to mod it with. Yep. So you put whatever pickups you want in it, and pay for somebody to put said pickups in. Otherwise, yeah, because $2,000. If he's three really opens up things. 3 you are getting into some shitty custom shop. You might find a used Friedman Cali in the $3,000 range if you're lucky.
I was going to say, I don't know if you can actually do the Fender mod shop.
Okay.
That would be another possibility. But I'm not sure what their price range would be, if that would be something feasible.
That says get a Presley.
Get a Presley California Customs?
could.
Well, that wouldn't be too pricey.
And keep it 1K for an amp. This is true.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets delivered because Seth claimed on his show yesterday that he would hand deliver any guitars to Canada because he doesn't ship to Canada currently. Now, you may have a house guest for a while because I'm not saying a Geo Metro won't, do the trip. I'm just saying the Geo Metro probably won't make the trip back. It'll make it.
$800 flight to
Hamilton,
deliver
Ontario.
$1,000 guitar.
Ryan keeps saying buy the Nash, buy the Nash. So I Google searched the Nash, and I mean, this is not a Stratocaster-shaped object. Ryan.
Not to mention, you're not getting a used Nash Strat for $2,000 Canadian.
No.
And we're going $2,000 Canadian because it's a Canadian that asked the question, Brian. Not to throw him under the bus.
He said if my Geo can make it, I'll do it.
Right? See, a used Silver Sky. That's a good one, Billy. I do, yes, because he knows Doug's a fan of the PRS, and he had a Silver Sky, and we hear him talk about his Silver Sky that he got rid of on Water Buffalo meetings. So we know that.
But yeah, you're right. Nashes don't drop whatsoever.
Not here in Canada. You're lucky to find one in Canada, first of all.
Yeah, that as well too.
Nashes aren't cheap. A lot of that stuff's really, really pricey in Canada.
You'd have probably a better chance finding a parted together MJT build than you probably would a Nash. Which would be similar.
Use Silver Sky or get it. You're not going to find a Tyler for $2,000. Actually, you will find the Line 6 Tyler collab.
What about G&Ls? Aren't the G&Ls supposed to be kind of in that ballpark?
Oh, you can snag G&Ls all day for $2,000 used. All day.
Well, like I said, I could have had that.
That would be about 20 used Glaries, Joe. Or you can get 20 Glaries.
Yeah.
Which are just disposable at that point.
If you're using them for
$2,000 could
firewood,
also
that's going
get
to last longer.
you a Geo.
Or you can get a Geo for $2,000.
You could just get an Explorer. Just join us and get an Explorer.
I'm trying to picture Doug with an Explorer.
No,
I know Doug can rock it out, but I just
right?
I
You can see
can't.
him standing up. Well, he's going to have a slung way low like a James
cork
Hetfield.
sniffer taste. He's too cork sniffer.
Fair enough.
That'd be like him with a modern.
It's like you don't see an Explorer plugged into a 2-rock amp or
No.
or like a Victory.
Yet.
Unless it's like the Chapman Explorer, and it's
got the
Chapman
Explorer.
plugging into a Victory with it. A used Sir Strat. Can you find a used Sir for $2,000 though, John?
That's what I was just gonna
Yeah, I'm
say.
saying that's the same thing. I don't think you can find them for $2,000.
Maybe with a broken headstock or something. Needs some repair.
Do Sures have a Gibson type of reputation behind broken
No.
headstocks?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't know. They haven't done that many set necks to really know, because it's really only set necks you ever see broken headstocks on, right?
Yeah. You're right in saying that.
Because Fender doesn't make a guitar that you can't lay down on the floor on its back.
No,
You
John's
won't find
touched
a
a
used
nerve there,
premium for
apparently.
$2,000. They start at like $5,000.
Now all of a sudden Doug's saying maybe $3,500, which I could think about.
Okay, now if you go with $3,500, the door's wide open, Doug. That'll get you anything. Okay, so Doug, we can get you anything on the used market.
Sandbagging.
$3,500 will buy you a lot of guitar used.
You could find some nags for that price. Nags, Paul Reed Smiths.
Used nags would be still, I bet you, 35 or up. Because a good used PRS is still 35, right? And a nags is more.
Sometimes I'm glad.
Again, if you find one, how many nags are there in Canada?
No, not a
John
lot.
Machine's comments.
Right. So Doug wants a custom shop, but I don't want to get that deep into it. Well, plus you said 18-month wait. I'm not waiting 18 months for a guitar.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's like Terry's like, I have gifted this to you in my will. I'm like, yeah, don't breathe deep, Terry. You know, I ain't waiting 18 months. I want it now. I like you, but let's put you out of your misery. Doug needs the new EVH Boss pedal. I think he said on delays.
I mean, that Strat that John Jane had, that, what is it, Player Professional, I believe it was? Something like that.
Yeah,
It was a
American Pro
nice
2.
American Pro 2. That was a nice guitar, man.
Yeah, they're not much more than $2,000 new. What's up, Gary?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, there's, that's the
Sweet.
problem. We were saying that earlier about how Fender is so diversified. That top end that now, like, there's like Vintera, there's now a 60s series, there's a 70s series, there's an American series, an American Pro series, there's a Player series, and it's like, oh my god.
That's because Fender wants a Strat and a Tele available at every $100 mark, basically.
Yeah.
That was their idea. So no matter what your budget is, you'll find something that you can spend all your money on.
Gary made it. Cheers, Gary. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's always good to see Gary. And Milk Tea.
Milk.
Yep. Welcome, folks. Yeah, I was gonna say too when Doug said that about $2,000, and then when he said 3,500, as he said, he would like to keep his marriage.
Yeah,
So
35
he wants
is
to
that.
spend $2,000.
Well, 35 is the new 2,300. You used to be able to find a lot of stuff in that 2,300 range. That
I
was
agree.
worth more than 23.
I mean, even Steve said that Saturday. All that stuff he was showing was just like, holy crap! Even in the U.S.
Yeah, he glossed right
price-
over the 67 Tele that was sitting there. I'm like, there you go, bud. That's the score. It was priced right. It was $10,000.
Ooh,
Better shape than mine.
wow.
Which is about right. It was probably worth that $10,000. All right, shh, we gotta talk quiet. Milt's working. He won't hear anything over the din of the kitchen. Have you ever worked in a quiet kitchen, Trev? No, unless you're cleaning it alone after hours or before opening, right? That's the only time a kitchen is quiet, when the first person arrives.
After it's clean, everybody's left, and everybody's sitting up at the bar playing poker or dice or something and drinking beers until the sun comes up. Then you can go back into the kitchen, and if you go underneath the hoods and you flick on the fan, you can smoke a joint without having to go out in the snow. It's just saying.
Now, if it could only clean the hoods.
But I mean, once you flick on the fan, it's no longer a quiet kitchen.
No, I noticed that. If you can get away with two people in a kitchen if you're at opposite ends and you're doing your own thing, like a dishwasher and someone cleaning up. But as soon as there's a third person in the kitchen, Trev, regardless of square footage, it ain't quiet anymore. It's never quiet anymore.
Richard brings up another good point here. He says the Tom Morello Strat. Yeah, it's a not bad one, but that's the inherent problem is with the generalization of saying Strat object or Strat shaped object. There's so many different configurations.
I dig it, but then I'm not big on signature guitars unless it was like, or when Gibson did 25 different signature Les Pauls, well, 20 of the 25 were just burst Les Pauls. So without telling a guy it's a Joe Perry signature, they don't know it's Joe Perry signature necessarily. It doesn't really affect value, but something like a Tom Morello Strat, Tom's got his doodles on it. It's obvious what it is. Like a Joe Strummer Tele. You're kind of locked in.
Yeah, there's no doubt who that is.
You got SPJ in the house, which is always great to see Sean here.
Sweet.
Hey, Batman. Yeah, and I mean, in the case of something signature like that, it's a lot different too if it's a first run or a mass-produced model.
Yeah, and then you're getting into the collectability where you're not playing it; it's sitting in a case, so you can pull it out when your friends come over and they go, "Ooh, ah."
'Cause I think that's how it was with the first run of the Jimmy Page tellies, both of them. Especially the mirrored version of it.
Yeah, they did the two. They had the production and then your super high end.
Yeah. And you can still
They're
get
doing that now with
except it's
with the
not.
Greenie, right? The Greenie's got the high end, and then they're doing a production eventually.
No, and even funnier is now they're saying they actually might be doing an Epiphone version of the Greenie. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. I'm pretty sure they've done it before, so might as well do it again.
Well, it's that pretty much that whole slash Joe Bonamassa thing. Here's the Gibson Custom Shop. Well, here's the regular Gibson version. Oh, by the way, here's an Epiphone version.
What's up, Cousin Doug? Again, yeah, because you're a Greenie fan, and we want to have one available at every price point.
I think the more they do that, the more it demeans the original, though, right?
Yeah,
They did that with Jerry Control's guitars too, right? They had the $12,000 custom shop, they have the Gibson USA, and then they have the Epiphone.
You know which Epiphone I wanted was the Alex Lifeson. It's a Les Paul with a Floyd, and it was
The Access.
right on my alley. Yeah.
Access.
Not that I have a Chibson version of one.
They made very few.
Yeah, that's right.
They made very few, and now they're all gone. And if you find one, it's really expensive. It's the same as that.
Which
that
is
V
weird
that Laz
because the
has.
original,
That Richie
I don't
Faulkner
think the
V.
original Access, like, not that they made a ton of them, but I didn't recall it flying off the shelf. It's not like you saw a ton of players playing Accesses.
Actually,
You know, they're around for years. You know, because
Well,
that's what was it when Alex's deal with PRS ended. That's when he hooked up with Gibson again.
right, and that's right, Les. That's another one. The Epiphone that was really cool. That's hard to find are those Richie Faulkner V's.
Yep. Let's see, Sean says, thing with the JB, Joe Bonamassa, Epiphones is that most of them haven't done custom shop versions. It's almost like they're just cloning his vintage. Yeah. Well, what was that? It's in the store video, which I accidentally voiced opinion in the store video that I didn't mean to do. When we saw the Joe Bonamassa 335 at 1,700 Canadian, I went, oof, man. Moving on. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not paying $1,700 for that guitar. Not when I can buy a used Gibson for a little bit more. That's going to be worth a hell of a lot more on the used market. Because I don't know about, I could be wrong, but it seems like Joe Bonamassa fans have kind of Joe Bonamassa taste in guitars, and they don't want a bunch of Epiphones necessarily.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. I could be wrong. That'll be a question for Aljon. Like, I understand, Epiphone / guitars. Or before that, Epiphone Zakk Wylde guitars. Because there's young rockers and metalheads that want that.
This Epiphone. I mean, they can.
I'm not distracting it as Epiphone as a company. I'm just saying, as signature guitars, I get it. Because young metalheads want to play guitars like they're heroes. You know, I don't know how many young guys are getting into guitar because of Slash, but I'm thinking a few because, oh my God, Gibson pays that man a lot of money. So I assume there's got to be some rate of return.
Snake bite.
And there's probably more Slash and Zakk Wylde fans than there are Bonamassa fans.
I would think so.
So.
Or that are musicians. I'll say that, because Joe Bonamassa is quite popular, but I don't know. Is he playing to a room full of guitar players? Or, Joe Bonamassa actually can pull multiple demographics. He has young people, old people, male and female.
Yeah.
Whereas Guns N' Roses, it's going to probably be like 70-30 male to female, and then Zakk Wylde, it's a sausage fest.
Yeah.
Just say, hello, Mazzetti 8667. What's up?
And Dave Chase, welcome to the party.
Dave Chase.
Yep.
All right. Oh, we got a Marshall JVM 215C. I gotta look that up.
215C?
All right. JVM 215C.
Wouldn't that be a combo?
It is a combo, hence the C. It's a 112, 50 watt, 2-channel. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Crispy clean to molten roar. All right. Okay, so it's got some. Overdrive, clean / crunch, gain, treble. Okay, then it has shared reverb. No, 2 reverbs. Okay.
Not
Presence,
cheap on
resonance,
reverb.
dual masters. Okay.
Sheesh. 3,600 Canadian from Cosmo for one.
That's I was just looking on Sweetwater here. That's
And it's pre-order.
I don't know. That seems pretty. I don't know what the difference is between like a JVM circuit and a JCM, and I don't know. I'd have to try it.
A sniff of plexi in there.
That's true, Sean. Yeah, JB does have a very good global audience that he can play theaters constantly, and he does everything in house. Since day one. It's 2-channel. Oh.
According to this, it says the JVM series from Marshall is the most comprehensive range of professional all-valve amplifiers ever offered. No other multi-channel, multi-mode amplifier delivers the amazing all-valve tone offered by JVM at any price.
I don't know. See, because I'm not into their ultra gain type amps. I don't think I've heard a really high gain Marshall I like, Trev.
Mm-hmm.
Now it could be the people playing through them, playing stuff I don't care for, as well. But like I've always thought, like if you want high gain, you get like a 5150 amp or a 6505 or a triple rec. Like there's other amp companies that do that, or you buy something like a Friedman that has an extra gain stage added. Because the high gain Marshalls don't sound good. Marshalls sound good, lower gain.
It's got a crazy amount of tubes in it. 4 ECC 83s for preamps, and then 1 ECC 83 and 2 EL 34s for the power amp.
It could be though it's 2 for each channel for the pre's, right? That's why it's got 4 total.
Yeah.
Quite often. I don't know. Try it. If you like it, buy it.
There you go.
It's not the best. Yeah, it's new. I don't know. I'll have to. Note to self: look for one of them at the Long and McQuaid the next time I'm in there.
Maybe it's a hardwareized version of a Marshall code.
No,
having
Marshall
3 or
Code does
4
all kinds of stuff.
Marshall sounds at once.
It's got little digitals going on a lot.
Yeah, I don't like any digitals in my amps.
Unless it's a Katana, right?
Nope. I don't like any of them. They sound digital to me, Trev.
Yeah.
It gets you close, but as per a conversation with JJ off air last night, he said, and I'm not going to reference what we were listening to, but I said I can tell it sounds digital. He goes, "No, it sounds great." And I trust JJ's ears, but I was like, it sounds digital to me. I hear it.
Yeah.
So, which reminds me, I got to send that thing off to JJ as well, and other people that I keep forgetting.
Good to see you, William De Silva.
William De Silva in the house.
53 watching, 33 thumbs. Thanks for hanging out.
Man, I'm trying to think of anything else that's caught my eye. Oh, I forgot to check an update before the show started to see where we are as far as the tracking on the Keeley product, being the holiday.
The pedal package.
Yeah. Pack of pedals. No update
pedals in the puddle.
The U.S. Postal
What a pity.
app. And still has not. Apparently, they're still sucking on the cold snacks in Toronto because they have not
It's a
scanned
federal
it.
holiday today, Ben. Unexpected to.
Yeah, they still work. They work 24/7 over there, Trev, and we pay them to do it. Is Doug waving at us, or does he have a question? I don't know what this emoji is.
I guess he thinks he's on Zoom.
It's
I
like,
think he's got a question.
yes, Doug, your question. That just threw me off.
Ryan Hall.
Greasy Weasel is not available on CD, Ryan, but it is available for digital purchase.
Bandcamp thing?
Kinda. You just send me a PayPal and I'll send you the MP3.
Even better.
Yeah, exactly.
No subscriptions, no nonsense.
Send Ben a PayPal to the link I posted and saying Greasy Weasel MP3.
Yeah. Say in the PayPal, Greasy Weasel MP3 with your email. Oh, yeah. Doug wants the copy. That's right. Doug needs the copy, too. Okay, so Mazzetti says Phil McKnight recommend. Now, Phil has owned like 15,000 amps in the last 3.5 years. So I would trust his opinion on it because I know he's had a variety of Marshalls and Marshall-shaped objects. So, and yeah, I trust his opinion. What's up, Bill Noel Mark? Thank you very much. Has anyone tried the DSM Humboldt Simplifier? No, Richard, because you have boutique tastes that are even more boutique than mine. Richard's like Aaron. He'd be like, hey, man, you ever heard of this pedal? I'm like, I haven't even heard of that company, let alone that pedal.
I'm sure if Aaron was on, he'd be going,
Seth.
yes.
Yeah, Aaron's like, yeah, play that name. Blah, blah, blah. Super nice guy. Chilled with, ate pizza together, hung out all day.
Yeah.
Aaron, when he likes a product, he just befriends the entire company because that's how Aaron rolls.
Yeah, I gotta say that is kind of a cool thing about Aaron is that he's like a few other people that you can tell him something or ask him about something, and it's technical spec, what
Instant
he
recall.
did around it, blah 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 blah. You know, like.
Yeah, it must be nice having an eidetic memory.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Well, at least one of us has to on those trips. So. Oh, and any friends that are watching that are in Southern Ontario, our good friend Sean Hurwitz is playing with Smash Mouth next Friday at Casino Niagara.
Ooh.
So, I'm just saying.
Too much of a commute for me.
Yep. Now, see, unfortunately, they canceled Empire Rock Fest this year because they couldn't get quality acts. Had I known, I could have put a word in, let's get Smash Mouth to play Belleville. Then a fella can go hang out with Sean and not have to drive 4 hours.
Perfect. Well, the
I'm just
timing
saying.
on that's pretty interesting, too, because, like you said, it's the night before the Cosmos.
The night before Cosmo Music Fest thing. Yeah. But I thought about that too, Trev. If I did, I wouldn't get a good night's sleep because I don't sleep well in hotels. And I'd be walking around all the next day. And as per Aaron describing me and walking, you know.
So no hopes of trying to pick up a chick at the casino after the show and
Like
going back
dirty
to her
mugs.
place for that night? I'm sorry. That was 20-year-old me. Shut up.
There is a possibility, Trev, but it's very, very slim. I'm not saying it's
You got to have
impossible.
a backup plan, and that's not viable.
The backup plan would be eating a nice big gummy, getting back to the hotel room,
Sleeping in the van down by the river.
or sleeping in a van down by the Niagara River. See how I tied it in locally? Niagara River. Oh, did we thank the patrons? No.
Not yet.
I meant to. I was thinking about it, and then I forgot.
Lots of time. We're halfway in here.
Bo, did he say he was hand delivering your H90? I don't need an H90. You can become a Patreon there, and you get a shout out every week that I remember to do it. So I want to shout out Mr. Anderson 59, Hot Rod Josh, who's MIA because he's probably dealing with his daughter, Charles 75N, unfucking believable, Charles Green, Gear Junkie 35, Symmetry, I know that guy, Jeff K, Brother Bent Tom, John ZD351, our good friend Jim, the Amp Expert, Other Left, Paul McNary, Keith H, Blackjack Guitar, Fruitcake Tony, Mohogany, Randy Crooks, Cousin Doug Strong, Cousin Todd Flowers, Guitar Man 45, whose daughter's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Bo's daughter. T. Ricky, and of course, LRM Guitars. LRM Guitars, who may or may not be showing up at Cosmo Music Fest.
Right on.
Along with Blackjack Guitar, who may or may not show up.
Sometimes I don't miss being the guy that has to screen John DeShane's comments, but then there's other times where it's like...
I'd like to live life on the edge, Trev, because I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy on YouTube that has both John DeShane and Quentin James as moderators.
Well, and both at the same time is yeah, I mean, that saves a lot of work for the rest of us moderators. Just saying.
That's a lot of work right there. Take care of.
Yeah, you take care of yourselves.
Don't listen to him, Amanda. He's medicated.
Anywho, Alex, what else do we have going on?
There's cake. Best part of a virtual world is you're the guy who's got to eat the cake he got for another fella for his birthday.
Well, you'll have to take one for the team there. I will be having a bean burrito after the show.
You got a candle you can put in that?
Birthday bean burrito.
Sorry, still light out. I just the cat's still outside. Right, 8:45 and it's still light out. Sweet.
It's getting to the best part of the year. The next 2 months.
It's about dusk here.
1 month on either side of the solstice is the best.
Which, since I thought of that, I should probably go let the cat in. So you guys can carry on amongst yourselves, and I'll be back in a minute. And, we'll leave the mic on so you can just hear how much yelling will be happening from across the house up a floor and still vocalizing through the microphone somehow.
I thought Ben was going to say, that's something else I forgot. Chips and salsa.
That too.
You make a good point, Laz. When you're around a burrito, maybe lighting a candle's not the best idea. It's like drinking high-proof whiskey and lighting a cigarette. Be mindful of your fumes. I'd look ridiculous with no eyebrows. Suspicious. Not suspension, I'm going to assume. Gotta let the cat in. Well, there was some pussy at Ben's party yesterday, just saying. Cat didn't like it much.
What did I miss?
That reminds me, anyone near the Barrie area next week, apparently, Mr. I didn't do it because I was high is playing the one bar downtown Barrie.
That doesn't really narrow it down. I know a lot of people that didn't do it because they were high.
Beanie Man, or whatever the heck his name is, who did the song "Cause I Got High."
Oh. I do, Zach. I need a conversion van. Camper van. That rule. I missed the lull. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Afro
Ben
Man.
needs... Yes, Afro Man. Thank you.
That's right, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. We appreciate your younger demographic for helping us out with the modern music that the kids are listening to these days.
And Doug knew it.
Thank you, iRock. Appreciate it.
Because he was high. Because he was high. Because he was high. Da 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 da. And...
So we have... let's see what new gear came out in the last week. We had that whole EVH delay thing that I didn't even watch a demo on. Those who want it, want it.
It's okay, Ryan. I know what you mean. I understand what you're trying to say, brother. Earlier, he's had a comment that really sounds suspension. Go let the cat in. I translated that to suspicious. His reply here is, Trev, I can't spell. Stupid spell check is not redneck. You're right, brother. You're 100% right.
I will for a super chat, John. Last, I just want to say that I really missed hanging out with Ben. It's been years because last I saw was Ben at NAMM 2022. Actually, it was NAMM 2020, not 2020.
That's right. We've got footage of you at 2022 dancing with JJ and others.
Apparently my sister voiced her opinion on the idea. My sister's currently thinking to herself, why did you make John a moderator? Now I can't ban him.
I mean,
She
what's the deal
can't.
with
She
this?
can't time him out for 3
I'm
minutes.
sorry. If you come over to my house in the summertime, there's a good chance I'm not going to be wearing a shirt because I'm going to be in the pool. And that rule applies to anyone who cares to.
I spent a good portion of my vacation down south shirtless. To work on
On
the
the
all
beach
over
or in the
game.
park or and with your little guitar strap.
Doug usually says, oh, we're doing this again? A full open shirt. That's bold, John. That's really bold.
Taking an OnlyFans turn. Where's Boner Jams? That's his cue right now. Come on.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
All right, I'll do a button for John.
You should go find that gold chain that we were talking about yesterday.
And here's Amanda.
No, we're not taking it off, Ryan. Don't need the full sweater vest happening.
No, we don't need Ben going full Tom Selleck on us here. Hey, I rock.
Manscaping does not sponsor this. Clearly.
But
the name
Manscaped,
of
if
that-
you would like to.
That little lawnmower that they've got that they're always trying to sell on the spam commercials. The weed eater. This will trim
Oh,
down.
God. I would hope someone wouldn't need a weed eater.
I'd go to a disco bar, John. Or Bo. Or
Yeah.
both. I'll go with Bo and John. Now, that would be a trio.
I want to come too. I'll put on
All
my
right, Trev's in.
Sure.
We're going to need a party bus. You know, the party bus is like playing Grand Funk Railroad. They're like, who are these geezers? Yes, you have, Doug. Well, 2017 was the last year I made it down. So 2018,
Joe's coming too.
Joe wants
Save
to
your
go.
seat, Joe.
Joe's packing singles. It was like, it's a disco bar, not a gentleman's club. He's like, still got singles.
You never know.
All right, we'll take Bo's Love Machine.
Oh, God, that's making me think of the song.
It doesn't help that that was used for an ad in Canada for a long time. Stupid
And
towns.
I don't work for but anyone but you.
Yeah, every time I hear it, though, I always think of Cheech singing to himself in Up in Smoke.
That's the best reference ever, I think. Speaking of which, Mazel.
Yeah, Mazel.
Co-hosting tonight is Tommy Chong.
When the lifestyle gods are referenced during a show. What's up,
Hey,
Eddie
Eddie.
Van Haskell?
Cheers, man.
See, Eddie knows. That's right. You show up at the disco, someone's got to wear saran wrap.
All right, Richard's coming. He says he's coming to
Richard,
Canada anyway.
Billy's in.
I'm sure Richard would love to come up to Canada now, since in the past 20 years stuff is legalized up here.
Talk about a lost weekend. I just imagine Richard and I. What'd you guys do? Well, we hit the res, and then what happened?
What do you mean? The response would be, huh? What'd you do all weekend? Huh? It'd still be in that much of a haze, probably.
Amanda makes a good point.
Okay, well, the other term I generally call them is the local ballet troupe.
Well, I mean, I used to call it the nudie bar, but apparently today's kids are calling it the titter. So
Yeah, no. Yeah,
that's for you, Kurt and Boner, wherever you are.
yeah. No. All right.
Yeah, I remember the one cab driver, that's what he used to say.
Later, Randy.
Oh, you're going to the ballet, are you?
I just remember hearing that a sports writer referencing that on a talk radio show, because traditionally, you know, Toronto teams had a bit of an advantage Because sometimes the visiting teams will come in a day early. The local ballet troupe tends to show a little more than other cities' ballet troupes, we'll say. And so as such, local sports teams made up of men in their 20s and with too much money and not a lot of brains, because a lot of them didn't go to graduate school, would spend a lot of money the night before and not play as well the next night. And look at you, the brass rail. Anyways, Mazzetti says, so I'm looking for my first expensive amp. I like to play 80s rock, but classic rock as well. Nice. What would you recommend for around $1,500?
Can we assume that's U.S.?
Yes. Is that U.S. coin? If so, I have an idea. I think. No.
I'm trying to think if you could get a Friedman for $1,500.
That's what I was thinking. What kind of Friedman can I get for $1,500? Because I'm thinking like a JJ Junior. Because they can do the classic rock. I'm thinking more plexi.
I think they're a little more than
rock,
that.
you need like a modded plexi, right, Trev? You that Warren tone.
Dirty Shirley's not going to do it. What about the Runt? The Runt's kind of
JJ Junior,
isn't it?
You can get one. What's a JJ Junior?
I don't think that's going to be that cheap.
It's got to be around $1,500 US for a JJ Junior.
Oh no, they're more than that.
Well, they're 23
new,
Canadian.
New?
1,700 US
Yeah,
for
so
JJ
I'm thinking
Junior.
of the combo.
But then you also need a cab too, so I can't do that to the fella. All right. Ooh. That new Soldano combo. What are they going for?
I haven't
Thank you,
seen
Joe. Oh, yeah, you got to check out the Michael Nielsen demo of the new Soldano 3. It's in snakeskin, too.
Ooh.
So, which apparently, Terry, a fun fact, if your amp is wrapped in snakeskin Tolex instead of black, your tone improves by 23%. Who knew?
And here I was thinking it was only 20.
Okay, Scott is still lurking. I didn't realize you were still watching at this point, Scott. Kudos.
I can dig it. So how much are those? We want to look.
Oh, 3,500, John said. Okay. So not that
I
one.
don't even see any coming up. See a bunch of different heads.
Well, speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
See? You're late, but it's good to see you, brother.
Terrence 67 Gs. I love it. Appreciate it, Boner Jams. Yeah, alright, so we're not so we are not doing the Soldano.
Maybe an orange?
See, if you were saying more metal,
I
mean those
can't
new
recommend an orange in good conscience, Terry, but that's me.
little pink tacos are around that price point.
Well, that's what I was going to
That's
say.
a little
Like
too
which
heavy, I think. No,
like
isn't there a little
Sean
new
Pierce
Shirley
Johnson
that,
has.
What was the one that Pete did before he did the new pink taco?
Ooh.
He did the other one. It was the sisters.
Some of those Hughes and Kentners. Variety of tones at affordable pricing. Nothing from Fender.
Yeah,
So
the Grand
Fender's pedal platform. Because I'm assuming Mazzetti, is the name, right? Wants, to get dirt from the amp. We're looking. Thank you, Preston. Appreciate it.
Hey, Preston.
Oh, by the way, Boner Jams. I don't know if you caught it last night. Our friend JJ there, when he played the whiskey on Saturday night, he had Sid from Slipknot pop into the dressing room.
Hanging out.
Hanging out. Rev,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, actually,
I don't have a lot of experience playing
the
with Rev.
G20 would be around $1,200 US.
Yeah.
They're 1,700 Canadian. But it's only 20 watts, and again,
No.
doesn't come
Oh,
with a cab.
fucking flip side the other day. Black Star.
Or-
the new Black
or-
Stars.
Yeah, the Saint James series, I think it is. Or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what. I can't remember the price point they came in at, but I would look into them. The 5150 Iconic, Laz mentions. Yeah. I classic. Yeah, you got to be able to clean it up enough for classic rock, Trev. If it's got a decent high gain tone, it's got to have a decent lower
I
gain
believe
tone.
there's 3 channels, so I mean, you should be able to
Yeah.
get three of something in the different
Yeah.
ranges and varieties.
Yeah, I would think, the Iconic 5150, as long as you don't have to move it. If you have to move it at all, get coasters, casters.
The combo's heavy as F. I mean,
Casters
you
if you
gotta
are
get the
moving
head and
it.
the cab.
Coasters if you're not moving it. That's right, Terry, right? Coasters if you're not moving it, casters if you are.
Yes, I agree with that.
It's high watt. I don't think
I
you
believe
high
you
watt
did,
in that price
Boner.
range, Matt.
Okay, according to Flipside Music, a Black Star St. James Series 50 watt EL34 combo amp is $1782 US.
I will meet you halfway, Laz, having checked out the Iconic since he had made that bold statement about the good clean channel, Trev, remember, and then I harassed him without checking it out. I have checked it out. It's an all right clean channel, much better than previous clean channels, but it's still not up to Fender status. That's my benchmark for clean, Trev. It's got to be a Fender clean. It's getting there. It's very close. It's very, very close.
I mean, John Deschain's Fender clean with his B100 Deluxe is pretty delicious.
It's also 3 times the price.
I know,
so
but now if you take, I mean, the thing with the BE is it costs that much because it's like 3 or 4 amps in one.
It's
so if you pick the
dedicated.
flavor you
not
like,
we're
and you
sharing,
buy
share.
right? It's not all Pink Taco. It's got the Pink Taco. It's got the Twin Sisters. It's got the JJ. It's got it all in there. It's the bundle. So
Michael Crow says, I asked about that amp.
Very
Everyone
surely.
here told me, no, it's too heavy. Well, like I said, if you're not moving it, it's okay, but...
Black
Some of
Star
Laney
HT20
stuff is nice. I don't know how for 80s tone, though. I know it'll do classic rock.
That's what I was gonna say. Like maybe a used Marshall.
I put
Yeah, but
this together
Marshall-
for $900 Canadian, 50
Yeah.
watt JCM 900, 412 matching cab.
But see, the only thing I find, Terry, again, like, because depending on 80s tones, like when I think 80s tones, I'm thinking, okay, I want to get at least a Warren D. Martini amount of gain, which the way he does it, he doesn't have a high gain amp, but he just fucking plays dimes it, and that's not an option in today's world with an attenuator. I don't like the higher gain Marshalls, so that's why I'm just thinking like anything but the Marshall, because Marshall great for classic rock tones. I know, like the DSL, what the fuck is that? 20. Had to look.
Yep.
It's great for what I do, but if I was trying to play in One Day to Live, Terry, that amp ain't my amp. It can't do it well because the ultra gain channel sounds kind of assy. I don't like it.
Well, maybe you have to turn it up louder. Maybe that's something that only works when it's dimed.
Try
For
it.
science.
Oh, that would be.
I didn't dime it, but I had it pretty fucking loud in here, Trev, and it didn't sound any better. The clean channel, yes, the clean channel does a thing when I bring it up a certain volume.
The edge of breakup.
That's why sometimes when we're fiddling around here, I gotta turn it. It sounds like ass to me, but as soon as I crank it just a touch more, it also frequencies are coming through that I couldn't hear before. See, now Richard mentioned boutique amps. Rectifiers are nice, but they do a thing. I don't know what the cleans are like with a rectifier.
Try and find someone who will fix it.
Okay, so I was right in regards to the Rev G20.
Mm-hmm.
It's $12.99 at Flipside US. Now I am trying to look for. Actually, if they went for the D20, which doesn't have the extra gain, it's $11.99.
And Trev, we don't have to worry about a cab when recommending heads. You know why? Because we tell anybody, just go to any local swap shop and you'll find a used Marshall 412 cab for $300 or less. So you're guaranteed.
Nobody's
It seems like every
412s.
music store and every swap shop has a secondhand 412 cab. They're gladly get rid of for what they have into it.
Yeah.
Only one.
Joe doesn't like Mesa Boogies? That seems odd, Joe. Your kid Shred, you should love Mesa Boogie triple rectifiers. Sold the chug.
Yeah, no. That was another one I was going to mention too.
Okay,
It's
Lee says they do good cleans. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
I was going to say the new Rev combo actually would be another one maybe.
Because, for instance, when I played through JJ's triple rectifier, guess what I didn't do, Trev? That's right, play clean. I'm plugging into it for a reason. I want to hear that cha-chunk. Anyway, yep, it does that. Oh, he hates them too much low end. Well, you can dial it out. Then again, here I am defending Mesa Boogies to Joe Hervey. What has this world come to, Terry, where I'm defending Mesa Boogies and he's like, no. I'm like, all right. Should be the other way around. Oh, come on, Ben, get one. No.
Okay, I'm wrong. The new D25 combo definitely is not $1,200.
No.
It is actually $18.99 US.
Bad cats are nice, but they're not cheap.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice to go the head cab route too, because I've got several cabs in here and not enough heads. But combo amps are handy for load-in to a certain extent.
I'm thinking about the DSL 40 for $500.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal. You should snag that up. If
Nothing
nothing else,
or
to
do a
flip.
stereo thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Supro, but that's not a cheap brand either.
And you're not going to get 80s tones out of a Supro. I don't think they make something with enough oomph to it.
Well, I don't know. The 1 amp Lenny Kravitz uses.
Both right. The DSLs are pretty good amps. I mean, how much DSL do you get for 1,500 US? You've got to get into a 100.
You're into
Maybe
a
100
50.
water.
50 anyways.
Yeah.
Mini rectifier is nice as well with a 112 angled. Okay, Lee. I got the poor man's one right here. Well, you can't. My name's in the way.
John just saying, just get the pink taco. That's where I'm at.
There we go.
No, that's when you go to Taco Bell late at night. They give you the pink ones.
Oh, no.
Not cooked enough.
There we go. So we can see it. Yeah, we have that down there, which I got to get a fuse for. Hopefully it is a fuse that fixes it. Oh, look at that. There's the new addition there, too. Ooh.
That looks cool under the light. Like a snake skin kind of thing going on.
Imagine if you're actually on a bad enough substance looking at that. Oh, there's spiders all over that, man.
All right, relax. There you go, phone. Relax. So what else we got? Preston has an oversized trainer cab. Needs new speakers. Don't they all? I hear you. Used Friedman. Yes. You don't see a lot.
Be out of price range. They don't
wish.
drop in value much.
Not in Canada.
Well, of course, John, that would be the simplest
up, John?
thing. But still, if you're trying to nail a specific sound, it's better to get an amp.
Joe, the huge Eddie fan that he is, recommends the 150 Iconic.
So that's 2 votes for that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And I say, because we know Joe Hervey is such a huge EVH fan. Huge. Loves it when people talk about EVH. Absolutely loves it.
Lots of other people that I appreciate that play that. I mean, Scott Ian, for example. He'll use not the Iconic.
Thank you, Joe. That's what I was waiting for. The EVH is overrated comment. Because that has been a consistency of Joe since I've known Joe.
Yeah.
Joe will tune into an EVH show and type that. He's a bold man. He has testicles, that man. He has testicles, definitely. I'm just saying.
Dr.
Charles
Z
Green in the house.
Kia combo.
Hey, Charles.
Brother Charles. A Dr. Z Carmen Gia combo 18 watt for $2,000. Says Gary.
That sounds boutiquey.
I like it. I mean, I just want to try it. It's Carmen Gia. I mean, it sounds like a Porsche, right? And Dr. Z, everybody likes that. Isn't that James Bond?
Then again, yeah, when you think about cars, I don't know, I tried a Fender Mustang and wasn't impressed.
You got to try it, but with one of those white coily cables like Guitar Gear guy.
I got one of those over there. So, yes, reminder, this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, we'll be having our next Water Buffalo meeting. If you are not already a channel member or patron and want to join in on the meeting, well, click the join button here or become a patron. You also get exclusive content not available to the public.
Thursday vlogs and such.
We're just going for all the boutique stuff now, John?
$2,000. I mean, I love every Germino I've ever heard. It's only a couple, but still. Just saying. Yeah,
I don't really know the story on those too much. I gotta look more into them.
Well, Pete broke it down. He was pretty good with his.
Billy says Dr. Zed, a.k.a. Dr. Z, because they're American, is built about 2 miles from him. And I believe
nice.
I look at that and I see Zed.
You're both. Bo went for the top level patronage. I'm just saying. Yeah. And I don't know. Do I have anything else tonight? I don't think so. We answered all the questions. Good questions, Mazzetti there. Thank you. Really spawned some stuff. Appreciate it. Not that the other questions weren't any good. Hopefully I'll be doing a soda pop video tomorrow of some kind. Beverage video. I don't know. I'm thinking something mango-based because there's more than one mango-based beverage up there right now. So we might do something mango.
Tropical.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be warm out tomorrow. So, yes. Probably wearing another Hawaiian shirt. And blind myself at some point because it's supposed to be like 25 and sunny. So, yeah, I think it was a Jones soda, sour mango. That does not sound appealing at all to me.
No, it
not
doesn't.
Unless you get a good splash of vodka and maybe a salty rim on that.
I'm thinking, see, maybe rum, because rum being as sweet as it is would offset the sour mango.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm glad you did too, Preston. Everyone should check out Preston Smith Music's channel. Preston goes live multiple times a week, playing songs that you request. And Hip Metalworks is here. That's nice to see Hip is here.
For Bo, who says 25 to me sounds really cold. 25 is like getting close to 80.
Yeah.
In your
mid-70s. I know, Lee, but I bought it. Need to drink it. It's not or do we go up and go extra sweet because we got a Pop Shop brand cream soda in there too.
Ooh, that's
diabetes in a bottle.
Quite a sweet tooth experience.
It's not the same though, Terry. It's now red cream soda. They used to do clear cream soda. Pop Shop was clear cream soda.
And
Crush was red. Now it's red like Crush.
No, Crush is kind of pinkishy.
Yeah.
There's somebody that had
this looks like Tahitian Treat. It's red. Look.
That's
all the red dye number 7 in it. It's gonna be so sweet.
Should have all the sugar.
It's probably like carbonated grenadine or something. It's just not.
I did that once. Oh,
with maraschino cherry
nasty
guts.
Yeah.
Tahiti Treat was like reduced Hawaiian Punch. It was like condensed.
I was looking for a can of that the other day. The place that I used to buy a bunch of illegal pops at apparently must have got busted because they don't have the illegal pops in there anymore.
Oh.
Yep. So, well, on that note, Trev's been Trev, Terry's been Terry, and I'm still me. Y'all are still y'all. This has been my birthday show again because it's technically the birthday today for another 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yep.
And I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Special thanks to anybody that contributed to tonight's fund for whatever. I don't know what it goes towards. Bills, gear, both. Explorers. Right. Do they still make Hawaiian Punch? Yep.
Yes, in grocery stores and usually the mix.
I buy it usually when I travel in the U.S. And I'm like,
they actually
wow, that is a whole other kind of sweetness. That is so sweet. Thank you, sis. And so hold those doors open. Let Scott in ahead of you. He's got to get back to Ottawa for work, Trev. So let him in. It's not a quick drive, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And Water Buffalo meeting this Wednesday. I'll post the link probably Wednesday because that's when I'll remember. And be good to each other. Laz is real.
Yeah.
Dill
And,
Palmer's waiting behind us.
Yeah, and Dale at the end, because the mark of a really good YouTube broadcast is Dale at the end.
Every
That's
time.
right.
So the mark of champions.
Well, I mean, you can look at it this way, Ben. You got one more lap to go, and then it's the downhill slope.
Oof to me. Truck is bigger too. Yeah, true. So there he is. Thank you, Dale. Peace, folks, and of course, just don't ever litter. Just don't. There's no valid excuse to litter ever.